Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone? Love, love, love. Lovely to see you. All right. Hope everyone's Valentine's Day was super magnificent. I hope everyone got everything they ever wanted, including chocolate and hugs and kisses and teddy bears and home cooked meals, right? I uh I tried to do some of that, right? But when you have kids, my son is like, I think I'm my wife's favorite boy, but she always tells my son he is, so I believed her. So my son and I went to Walgreens and we picked like the eight pictures that he's the best eight pictures that I've ever taken of them collectively, like together, and then put them in order of when he was younger to his age now. And it was on this big wooden frame, and it says, "Will you be my forever Valentine?" And it's a good gift when your wife cries, right? So that worked. So it was a good Valentine's Day. Hey, Frida. So welcome everyone. All right, a couple of things. So I understand some people have had difficulty getting on the live RHINOHUB meetings the last couple of days, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why. And especially since the difficult part is when you learn that you're unable to get on them, it's because it just started. And then you go ahead and email me. And unfortunately, by just definition of timing, it's literally the only time that I can't answer my emails. So it upsets me because I look at, I see them coming in and it's like, I can't get on, I can't get on, I can't get on. And I'm trying to hold focus with the live meeting. So it's been a little bit messy. That said, I went into the settings, and so one or two of our rhinos had emailed me and then gave me a screenshot. It says, "I'm not authorized to be on." And I'm like, authorized to be on? That's so crazy. Especially since everyone's on all my webinars to begin with. And I took a look at the settings and I made the setting authorized users only. To me, having a basic understanding of English language, authorized users. Okay, how do you get authorized? You put in your email and you register. Well, I was mistaken, or Zoom has different definitions because their definition of authorized user is an existing user of Zoom. That's somebody that is already a user of Zoom, since they're able to authorize who they are. So each of the days we haven't had nearly even a fraction of our rhinos and really of the people that want to be on it. So I did go ahead and correct that. I'm really praying that today at 11 o'clock, if you want to attend, that you will have no problem attending. So like everything in Rhino, one step back, two steps forward, which is a good thing because 2 minus 1, okay, we're moving forward. Let's see. Today is going to be our first content class. We're going to be introducing certified user experience as of Salesforce. So I'm going through, final curriculums now and seeing how we can teach it in a really fun way. The most fun way will be the follow-up email, because after we go ahead and teach the platform, or at least teach the curriculum for the day, hey, Ian, I'm going to go spend an hour or two putting it together in kind of really efficient learning format, like whether it's mnemonic or repetition or something, or maybe even a song, I don't know. But the goal is that everyone is going to remember exactly what the content is. And I, for one, am not very good at reading something and then remembering it to take a test on it later. I need to have some type of engagement, right? Okay, here's the question. Here's why I think A is the answer. Here's why I think B isn't the answer. And if you do that with all four choices, every time you're wrong, not only are you wrong, but you remember why you're wrong because you wrote on that answer why you believed it was the wrong answer, and that happened to be the right answer. So mentally, right away, the B, which says the correct answer, and you wrote why it wasn't the answer, you then say, oh my God, I thought that was it because of that. I'll never forget that again. And when you do that many times over, especially for an exam, you don't forget it going into it. I had taken the Series 7 exam, I don't know, years ago. And I did that for hours and hours. That's how I practiced. I would read the chapters, but then I'd go straight to the exam portion of the chapters and I would answer every single one. And A, B, C, or D, I would say, I would select the letter I thought it was, and then write a note of why I believe that was the correct answer. And then the ones that weren't the correct answer, I would still write a note of why I believe they were the incorrect answer. So when I was incorrect, I saw exactly what I was thinking. The muscle memory of writing it made me unable to forget it. And I really believed I was going to be correct, which was kind of like a, hey, you were wrong. Well, I'm wrong, I'll show you. Maybe because I'm just nuts, right? But I then got a 91 on my test. I got 90 on my 63. And in my firm's history, I was the only one with a pair of 90s. In fact, Series 7 is ranked the third hardest test in the nation, I think right behind like rocket scientist and the boards, like lawyers. Hey, Deb. So for what it's worth, right? I went to private schools my whole life, A+ student, honor roll, college, what's it called? Whatever, where they pay for it. Anyway, so that will be today. So I'm not going to be long because I want to go ahead and get to it. What else do we have? RHINOHUB is doing well. We're up to now 55 members. Every day it is growing. Now this growth has been despite, or at least without any ads, without much affiliate work. I know our affiliates and RVP have natural, let's get it going. But I haven't actually spent much time with anyone because I've been doing this. Once I go ahead and catch up a little bit, which I'm hopeful is today, if not tomorrow, I'm going to craft a really, really comprehensive affiliate program, in which case anyone that receives the email could say, okay, this is what I do. Great, thank you. And they could just go do it themselves, like actionable step 1, step 2, step 3. Because I do believe despite everyone's best intentions, everyone could use a little help in best practices. And that's not directed at any one person. I know, like when I go to a restaurant and they say, what would you like to eat? I'm like, well, what's everyone's favorite thing? That's a way of asking what's the best practice. Like, you tell me what's working and then I'll make my decision because I'm, a reasonable adult. So I think everything works like that in life. So I will get to that. Also, really super cool. We have a RHINO store, right? Like we have a Shopify store with really cool stuff on it. In fact, I just bought new shoes and a jacket and stuff from it because, I love RHINO stuff, right? So I want to buy RHINO stuff. Anyway, that's being delivered, I think, tomorrow or whatnot. But anyway, besides that, it got me thinking, well, RHINOHUB, we have really low priced recurring offers. And it's really on the premise that if you like RHINOHUB and you like us, then you'll be receptive to other type of offers and other type of premium programs. It also stands fair to reason that if you go take a trip to Aruba, right before you leave Aruba, you go to the touristy little gift shop and say, I need to buy like a shot glass that says Aruba, just for the memory of it, at the least case, or maybe a gift for someone else, or you really did enjoy Aruba and you want a keepsake. So that does equal the store, right? Like, why don't we have the store in RHINOHUB? Well, duh, we're going to. But in that light, I would like to go ahead and spend a couple hours with the store and to create product and design that is congruent with what we're offering, right? So maybe a shirt that says, I don't know, I charged into Salesforce and left, I don't know, right? Like, we'll figure that out. But we have some cool product to begin with, but I also want to have some product that is congruent with what we're doing. Because if you went to Aruba, you don't want a shot glass that has like a palm tree on it. You want one that says Aruba, right? Like you went to Aruba. So it'll be something RHINO, something RHINOHUB, maybe something Salesforce, although I don't think I'm allowed to. Pens and notebooks, yes, thank you. Oh, great idea. Actually, we should have that for day 1. This is why we love Maurice. He's just amazing. So actually, I do want to get on that. And to Maurice's point, we should have stuff. We should sell the store products. Yes. I was getting to that. So I was speaking to one of our RHINOs the other day on the phone, and the greatest thing about all of our RHINOs is they all say the same thing. And you need to make a profit on something. Like, you need to start making profit. And I said, I get it, but it's all going to RHINO Bucks, and that's where all the reoccurrings go. And I know the mathematics behind it. And I think everyone says, well, yeah, so do we. It's a billion. It's like a big number. It's going to take a while to get there. So to that point, I was speaking to one of our RHINOs, and I was actually talking about the store. And he goes, you need to go ahead and double, because everything on the store is actually right now cost. Like, if you went to the store, there's nothing that has a profit associated with it. It's cost. Like, you could buy it at cost. He goes, you need to just double it. Like, double it. And obviously people that want to purchase it, they're purchasing for some reason other than, financial constraints. And if someone does have a financial constraint, coffee, yeah. And if someone does have a financial constraint, and people know you, they're gonna like message you and be like, hey, you know, do you have a 25% coupon or something? And they know you're gonna say yes. So just do it. That's such a great slogan by Nike. But anyway, so by the end of the week, hopefully, I will have gotten that done. And we do want the store to be a focal point. And again, everything. So I've had this conference. Everything RHINOHUB, every dollar goes to RHINO Bucks. That's the key. That's the goal, right? So even the things that are sold in RHINO store, we want to go ahead and, okay, great. Now we could buy $30 extra RHINO Bucks or $40 extra or whatever. And what I was saying to our team this morning, because I was on a team meeting with everyone, and our team, like the department heads, not RVP or anything like that. But the goal is, right, so RHINOHUB, can we provide such a value proposition that anyone would be willing to come? And that's a answer that's completely dependent on our execution and what we're able to correctly identify. And that being, with the absolute gold rush and the advent of AI technology, combined with the underwhelming education of those in terms of being able to step into those jobs right away, equals a rush for talent. Now, the rush for talent, because that is known, and because AI is something very special in the sense that it changes every day, you need people to build it, goes ahead and even those that are in college does not even value them to be super duper. And what I mean by that is, yeah, if you go to college, you might be really smart. And I'm talking about people in college. Like the college degree is not worth anything anymore because it's based on technology that already passed. The college degree just simply says that there's an X% of chance that you're not a complete do-to-do and that you will be a good employee, right? Like that's really what a college degree says. The college degrees today, if you get say you're in a course next semester and the course is AI Technology 2023 expedited real-time coursework. Well, that's a really great degree. I don't think that actually exists though. Well, I know it doesn't exist because it would have to, you get the point. It doesn't exist yet. Therefore, people that are in college now, as it pertains to hiring companies, they look at them as, okay, great, there's a good chance this person has like some foundational knowledge because the technology was just released. So the best way companies can go ahead and identify their top talent right now is to create the curriculum themselves, put it out there for free, see who actually takes the time to learn it to the point that they put skin in the game and pay for the examination. They pass the examination. Now the company says, great, we have a talent pool to hire from within. This person spent that much time learning our curriculum. They actually paid for our exam. They went ahead and are part of all of our groups. They completed it. They've passed it. Let's go reach out to that person. That's how companies are hiring. That's the gold rush. And you know what? That person now has a piece of paper in their hand that says, yeah, the company themselves is offering me $122,000 to go work for them. And they have no expectation that I'm going to be a contributing member at least the first year or two because the technology is of the future. It's the decades, the centuries in front of us. They want to bring me in so that they can teach me, so they can nurture me, so that I can be contributing a year or two from now. So that same individual can then go ahead and say, you know what? I think I'll just start my own agency. That paper is worth this much to everyone. And because it's such a widely recognized paper, it's kind of like a Harvard degree. If you, on Salesforce, and we learned this through our curriculum yesterday, you have a login that you create. That login goes ahead and calculates all the points that you tally through all the different curriculums that you go through, how many badges you have, how many certifications you have, how many points you've acquired. Meaning, if I'm running an agency and I say, okay, this is Anthony's agency and I'm doing Salesforce work, anyone that has Salesforce, I'll do work for you. The first thing the person's going to say is, well, clearly I don't know anything about Salesforce, which is why I'm hiring you to do my Salesforce work. But I do need to know that you know something about Salesforce. Can you show me that you know something about Salesforce? And of course, it's not going to be, okay, hey, step back and watch me do this one thing, because that's something that would be highly rehearsed, right? Like a magician, watch me take the rabbit out of the hat. Well, no, I want to watch you get out of a casket. Well, I didn't practice that. Well, then you don't really know how to do it, right? But you can go ahead and say, look at my login. This is my Salesforce certificate. You can see how many certifications I have, how many badges I have, how many points I have. Then the person says, oh, okay. You do know what you're talking about. How much do you want an hour? That's the gold rush right now. And for us to be able to do that for anyone is actually free. It just requires our time. It It requires our tech. It requires our process, our hub, our membership. It requires us putting it together. It requires us executing it. But if that was able to be done, well, then would that be a valuable place to be? Yeah, of course it would be. But valuable how? Like, you're not making any money, you're doing it for free. Well, then you go to the example of you go into Aruba. If you go somewhere, you're going to purchase things. Or even if you got a scholarship for college, do you still buy the books? If you had a scholarship for college, do you still buy lunch on campus? And the answer is yes. When you're going somewhere, in fact, say for instance, you go to a restaurant and the restaurant says, you know what, you're a great customer, we love you so much, we're giving you the filet mignon on the house, tomahawk steak, side of spinach, everything. Don't worry about it, it's on us. And then in the middle of your meal, they go, are you guys enjoying it? Hey, listen, the dinner's on us, but we have this most amazing dessert. This pastry chef is here. You're going to love it. You want me to just throw a pie in for everyone? What do you think the table says? Do you think the table says, no, how much is it? Do you think the table says, no, we're good here? Do you think the table doesn't tip the waiter? That's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Not only do they say yes to the pie, having no clue what the pie is, even if they like the pie, they're going to give the waiter the biggest tip he's ever had. Why? Because people are reasonable people. They have a level of reciprocity. They have a level of, you offer me this much value for free with zero expectation that I would do anything, that I owe you anything. Well, let me go ahead and repay it. Nobody wants to be called a moocher or whatever, a moocher or anything free related. People, why do you not create a Rhino tangible coin for coin collectors? Hey, Frida, that's a good idea. We'll take a look at it, actually. That would be a really good idea. See, I love Rhino. This is freeloader. Thank you, Carl. I'm like free. So all of that. Meaning, if we go ahead and we're successful in creating what we're creating, well, it's a 21-day course. Well, maybe day 5, we're talking about investments, and I spend 10 minutes talking about Rhino Wealth. Maybe day 7, we're talking about the digital economy, and I spend some time talking about Rhino Bucks. When we go ahead and make these presentations to people that already like us and they understand who we are and the value that we're bringing, they all of a sudden have a higher level of confidence in who they're speaking to, and we're no longer strangers. Maybe we go ahead and share Rhino email when we're talking about something else. Maybe we promptology when we're talking about prompt engineering and all the AI stuff. Maybe when you graduate, all right, and if you graduate, we have this amazing cap and gown, 20% off because you like, I don't know, but we're figuring that out. The point is, the most valuable part of everything we just shared was, do you have the meat and potatoes? Do you have the platform, the idea that actually goes ahead and provides a lifestyle change in a holistic fashion to someone to bring them from 0 to hero? And not only do we offer it on the educational front, but we have the job placement right afterwards. We're going to hold your hand through the entire process, resume, personal portfolio, and even to the point that we go ahead and touch on mental health, relaxation, meditation, eating right, sleeping, exercise. It's all actually built into the program. It's all there. There's a 21-day schedule that we released already. And the community portion. So there's a lot of stuff we still need to improve on, right? But do you have the meat and potatoes? Do you have everything? Yeah. And the greatest part about this, and I'm going to go after this because I got a call from someone yesterday who shared their displeasure that my calls go over 10 minutes. And I suspect she's watching this, and I'm actually joking because I love her to death, but she does make a good point. Anthony, a lot of people liked it when it was 10 minutes, less people like it when it's 40 minutes, so you figure it from there. So if you're watching, love you. So I'm just gonna go for 1 more minute. But the point of it being, the beautiful part about it is it's a 21-day course that's all recorded. On top of that, all of the emails that are being sent out are being repurposed to be sequenced. So once we complete this 21 days, and you'll see it in the email today, Rhino orientation is now open for February 20th. Well, anyone that signs up today just got an email saying, hey, welcome, your course starts Monday, you'll have the email, look out for it Monday, 8 o'clock. The email they're going to get is the video we did Monday, plus the entire follow-up email. Meaning they'll step into Monday like every one of us stepped into last Monday. And guess what's going to happen next week? The same thing over and over and over. So once we actually go ahead and dial in, and we're there, right? We have our meat and potatoes, but once we go ahead and dial in all the verbiage, all of the everything, and we get the ad spend and all the rest, it's just whoosh. And the question then becomes, how many people that join RHINOHUB, what is the average weekly lifetime value of each member of RHINOHUB? That's the metric we want. When we get that metric and we could determine the weekly lifetime value, well, let's say quarterly. The weekly, quarterly lifetime value of everyone that joins RHINOHUB is $7, $6, whatever that number is, that we can then multiply in the how much does it cost to acquire a new customer or a new member in the ad spend, and say a very simple calculation. We could say, hey, Abdul, hey, Carl, hey, Frida, if when we go ahead and say raise or whatever the case may be, $97,200, it's going to equal this, which finally equals the Rhino Bucks thing we were talking about. You know, sent you an email, you might want to look at the link. Okay, Travis, I will. And that's where we're trying to get. And we're actually pretty close to it. And on top of all that, and I said I was going to go 1 minute, but I'll go 1 more minute more. When we go ahead and complete the 21-day course, we're also going to have the agency option up and running. What that's going to allow is that anybody that went through the entire course and saw that they went ahead and purchased stuff or saw the metrics and the pilot program presentation we're going to offer them, would you like to go ahead and own this for yourself? There's no work involved. Like, hello, my name's Anthony. We're doing everything. But if you would like to be able to offer this to your people, then you'll receive, say, 70, 80% of the revenue coming in, kind of like a franchise model. And we're going to give you all the marketing for you to do. You just simply run the ads or whatnot, but this is your business, like McDonald's. You can't go ahead and make like, I don't know, tacos, right? Like we do something very brandable, like we're Rhino, but we're going to own the accounts, right? Because they're now renting it from us. And we're going to reserve that right, because if somebody goes ahead and does something completely Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs, guess what? We just shut it down. And anyone that knows Rhino knows will find out about it pretty quickly, because everyone in Rhino emails me, because we're all in it together. So if someone sees, hey, Ant, this Rhino is making a RHINOHUB and selling, I don't know, marijuana cigarettes, well, that's a problem, like buy. We'll look it up. Okay, cool. So let me go. Love everyone. Travis, I'm going to look at your email now, and then I'm going to spend the next 35 minutes putting together our presentation for today, because I still have some stuff to do. But love you, love you, love you. And I will try to get the store at least a little bit further today. I'd like to have it up and running by Friday, maybe Saturday. Oh my God, do you know it's already Wednesday? Like this is, all right, love you. Bye everyone.